Alrighty, so we're going to do a playthrough of Senturos. He's a little bit different than the other ones because he's a soldier, and his interaction is of course war. When I first started Senturos, I actually played as a woman called Tullius, who's like the niece of General Tullius, and Senturos is just another Imperial soldier. You know, he was wearing heavy armor, and he was just, I put him in amongst of spawned Imperial soldiers, which there's another mod that I have called Spawns, which I gotta update that fucking mod. And so he was just another one wearing heavy armor. Of course he was destined to survive, and him surviving that, him being in really the only people that survived that Fort Drugstone attack. Got a bard.
This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love.
So him being a survivor of that battle earned him some praise, or at least a name, under Brulia Tullius, who eventually passed it on to her uncle, and Senturos was sent to, he was sent on a mission to deliver the message, you know, by General Tullius, and that's kind of how he got where he was. And of course he delivered the mission, and the city was under attack with very little support, and the men that he had available with him, he held off the Stormcloaks, earning him the rank of Vanguard. Before that, he was just an ordinary Imperial soldier, and I had him as a follower just like one. It was, it was a character destined for greatness. Was just some mere pissant on the battlefield. His background, I've always thought of his background as being the son of a whore. You know, she, after the war, she kind of retired to a brothel, and that's how she lived. And I imagine they would take concoctions that would like make him sick but kill any sort of, waking embryo. And of course it failed on him, and she had him, and he grew up pretty much in a brothel for like 5 years. Before his little sister was born, which also failed. She failed in keeping that baby at odds from coming to life. And about 3 months after that, the mother died, and the young, wealthy Imperial couple took the baby because she was only new to the world, and they could say that it was hers, and she had a better upbringing. But Senturos was too old. He was 5 years old, and he'd already pretty much been indoctrinated into a life where he'd be walking down the hallway, and in any sight, the door wasn't completely closed, there was some dude smashing some woman or smashing his mother. And he was sold by the brothel matron, not like a slave, but sold to the Imperial Legion. And with many other orphan kids, or kids that had parents in the military, to be raised amongst the Imperial Legion in Cyrodiil, and train and fight and learn how to, discipline, cleaning shoes, sharpening blades, cooking food, going on hunts, doing martial, self-defense, learning how to use a sword and all this sort of crap. A bit like the Squires in Fallout 4 with the Brotherhood. So eventually, when he was 17, he made his way to Skyrim, and by the time we meet him, he's I'd say 24. So he's been here for a while, just an ordinary soldier. But his role, as of course, is a Vanguard, and a Vanguard is like a frontline elite soldier. Like they're like the sort of, it'd be like having, imagine a clone commando in Star Wars fighting alongside shinies. These guys are going to look up to him because he's an absolute unit. And this is the kind of the way I invented Senturos, or the Vanguards. It was actually I created that from my Elder Scrolls playthrough, because I always thought, how do the Vanguards be? And I thought, and that was first created with my Elder Scrolls character called Senturos, who was Imperial. That the Vanguard were the Emperor's soldiers. They were his frontline defense, and they were celebrating the night he was going to become the Dragonborn when all shit went loose, and the Vanguard were trapped in a corner of the Imperial City because all the bridges were destroyed, and they were fighting off Daedra for like 11 hours before eventually they either died or they just couldn't fight on any longer. And that character was walked off onto a table and executed and brought back to life as a vestige, blah blah blah. And that's kind of how I believe the Vanguard started, by elite soldiers, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. Some 2,000 or 1,000-year-old lore, made up lore. Anyway, so there's a couple of Vanguards here. There's Marilia, who he fights alongside, and there's also, I forgot her name, Livia, I think, older Vanguard, and quite a few troops. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to gather some of these troops, get them all ready. We're going to do 2 battles. I'm going to play as 2 different characters. I'm going to play as Senturos, that attacks the town, or the fort, either one, and then the second Vanguard will lead the attack into the city or something like that, because Open Civil Wars allows you to take and lose holds, not Whiterun. So, and you're still able to do the vanilla mission. But I want to do like the vanilla mission. Also, you're not meant to, but I'm going to do it regardless because it adds more immersion to it. You attack the fort, so the city isn't as well defended, or there's not going to be any sort of serious defense or reinforcements. So I'm going to attack the town, and then attack the city. And quite a few troops might die, and once we finish up there, I'll show you what it looks like when those that do pass away in Senturos' service will be buried and honoured, blah, like stuff like that. Anyway, I'll get to you when I'm all ready. Alrighty, so we've got the troops ready. Now these are my normal followers. This one is one of my, rather useful followers. Part of the Women of the North, wear scandalous armour from their dead fallen enemies. Anyway, so the normal followers, might as well show you some of the troops. I like to play not with like just ordinary leveled list characters like these guys, who unconsequential, and they die. These guys are named, and some of them got backstories or their own stories involved. That's the whole great thing about putting faces. Livia here, I made her very kind of elite. So if she survives the war, she'll progress herself to becoming an Imperial Vanguard, wearing this armour. A bit like Centaur, she's naturally gifted with the blade. You got Brienne. She is a vampire. Now, of course, vampires can no doubt serve as long as they're battle tested and tested not to, lose their shit at this first sight of blood. And as long as they follow Imperial law, they're able to serve and earn their freedom that way. Breton. Serdi. I actually rescued her from a fort. I created her in Allura, which were captured by bandits, and when I found her, she was like a skinny girl, no battle experience, no nothing, would run away from a fight. And now, I just got to make sure that she actually won't run away from a fight. Ignore my character jittering her everywhere. It only ever happens when I'm playing Senturos for some reason. He jitters to the left and the right. Probably a perk or something. Well, this game probably hates straight white men too. AI behaviour, aggression, aggressive, assistance, just friends and allies, confidence, foolhardy. Right, she's now a true warrior. She was skinny with no abs, but now she's got Protheus. I was able to update her and give her a proper outfit. Battle mage. It's my attempt at making a battle mage armor. I can't do hoods, and I could only use what I had. Some more heavy soldiers. We've got quite a few archers because man, they're fucking needed. And with Skyrim at War, that mod just has a lot of you go up against patrols that got 15 snipers or archers, and they just butcher you. Some more. Here's Allura. I kind of found this sword the fort she was in, so I kind of claimed it might have been hers as part of Legacy of the Dragonborn, and if I ever find the weapon and give it back, then of course I'd just buy it off or something like that. Got myself an officer, couple archers. Now I use a mod called Sex Labs Aroused and Sex Lab Sex Life, and actually made him gay. So, and I walked in on a fort, man, and here in here he is, just getting pawned by this dude, and I was like, bruh, I don't want to see that shit. But it adds to the immersion. Regardless, I let them do their thing. I created this family because one of the OG, this kid's father was one of my OG 2012 followers, and he died. So I thought, why not add a family, to kind of avenge their father, and they've just been here for a couple of years. This chick, she's been beaten black and blue, and she is a Breton, and yeah, I don't know. This chick, actually, I created their family to run this place up here, which is another Skyrim Laz castle, and they're an Imperial family that's been strong in Skyrim for a long time, and they own the property, and their family serves just like any other Imperial family, no doubt, and she's an archer. Her mother and father are vanguards, so we're going to get a move on. It's a nice rainy weather. I got to get myself a helmet, and I won't go through all the necessary bullshit. I'll probably do some camp stuff, and then we'll get to the fighting. I want the fights to be simultaneous, if that's the word I'm looking for. to where, you know, Senturos is attacking the fort at the very same time that Olivia's attacking the city. But I'll set them up differently and set the time scale back, sort of thing to add to the immersion. They're attacking the place at the same time, so neither can help each other. Alright, let's get to it.
The General expects so much with so little.
Alright, by the looks of it, I'm not gonna help with. That's modern lines, fought at the end of the war. What do you fight? Vampires, sex lad shit. Change outfit, you know, alright.
Well, soldier, are you up to the task? Show the rebels the futility of their cause.
Absolutely, love.
On the coldest of nights, in the steam rising from my breath.
Save. War. Alt. 7. The mod I'm using is Open Civil Wars. I've done videos in this. There's no bloody way I'm doing another one ever again.
I see the many faces of the dead.
Never again. Ignore the clean me slut thing. That's just how I remember what save I need to clean. Alright, seems I'm doing this old fashioned way. Alright, so when we're marching on the gates, or this or that, I'll well, you'll see it for yourselves. If it looks a bit light and there's not going to be much contact, because I have a lot of followers, as you can damn well see, hanging around me, I'll just increase the amount of spawns, like, you know, enemy soldiers, so it's at least somewhat of a fair fight. For a glorious battle of Falkreath. Anyway guys, I'll see you then. Way too many troops.
Stormcloaks! Filthy traitors! The Stormcloaks picked up.
At least they're stronger, eh? Like, I remember them being like 1 or 2 hits in the original. Since we lost none, we might as well take this in. Dude, dead. No, he's not dead. Retarded.
I'll tear you to pieces.
Whoa, is that execution right there? Who is this mage? Oathshield, the bard. The bloody bard.
Curse this chill. I should have dressed more warmly. Last mistake.
Who is that? Oh, well, looks of it, we've lost nobody. Oh, those troops got slaughtered, those 25 troops, like they got absolutely maimed. I really thought they'd put up more of a fight next time, up the ante, especially, I don't know about the town, because that is, a lot of patrols come through, especially when they're like allied to the town, and we might get hit by a brigade and all sorts of shit, so we might as well go hit the town instead of having to worry about either this. What was that? That was a zombie? Yeah. Those mod textures are horrible. Attackers. Hello. Right here. Oh, that's it. They spotted me. Troops in. Pull me back like a dog. They're fleeing already. It's dog, bro. And they're meant to like attack those guys, but the unfortunate thing is that once you take the fort over, you pretty much won it. I have not seen that styled helmet before. That's a vanilla helmet with the closed face helmets warhawk thing. That's pretty cool, bro. I'm looking for all these brigades that are meant to come in, you know, like, for fuck's sakes, where are they?
They're over there, next to that house.
Oh! I'll tell you what, before my hard drive died, I had one of these girls, and they killed 3 of my followers. Like, she just tore through them, like, one hit of brave. Nah.
They're up on that wall. This ends now. They've got archers up on the wall.
Oh, look at them come.
You're nothing.
Oh, they're harder too. Oh, lose in the middle of it. Oh, yeah, boy! What the man? Shoot the shit fight. Listen, help me boys, if I know I was gonna die. Oh, I'm very sorry. Oh, fuck, I didn't stand well. It's really hard to kill them when they're so bloody blue. Those my boys or those? Oh, those are my boys. Where'd their shields go? They're all dead.
But you left me with no
Look
choice.
at that. That spiced it up a bit. Now these guys are not Might up the damage a bit. That was a shit fight. I'm actually surprised they don't die, because previously to this, I got absolutely butchered and maimed. And we did lose somebody. Oh, it was a lure. Shit. Oh no. Should have custom body and everything too. Like, you know, customly shaped.
By the 9, I'd pay good money for a pint of ale to warm my bones.
I thought she'd die, to be honest with you. Alright, so that's the 2 battles done. I've only lost 1 follower, and it was one of the followers that I like built a custom body for, which kind of sucks. But wait, that's the way I make them, man. I make them to, well, be mortal, to be somewhat, you know, consequential if they die. Hope you guys enjoyed this little Senturos playthrough. We've taken back Felcreath. We got to pretty much take back Morphle after this, since Sigan took it over. Or we might defend Solitude, since the option will be there. But I hope you guys have enjoyed some little soldier gameplay from Senturos' side. If not, too bad. Get fucked. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, peace out. Have a good one.